But we begin with CNN's Elizabeth Cohen on the breaking vaccine news. Give us the latest, Elizabeth.
Allison, as you mentioned, Moderna is going to apply today for emergency use authorization to put their COVID-19 vaccine on the market. And when they apply to the FDA, they're going to be applying with a much larger data set than what they announced a few weeks ago when we talked about it on your show. Let's take a look at what this new data shows. It shows that this vaccine is 94.1% effective against COVID-19, and it's 100% effective against severe disease. In other words, nobody who got the vaccine became severely ill with COVID-19. Well, let's talk for a minute about how they got that data, because it's really important. So what Moderna did was that they took a large group of people, tens of thousands of people, and some of them were given the vaccine, and some of them were given a shot of saline, a placebo that does absolutely nothing. All of those people went back to their homes, they lived their lives, and some of them became infected and sick with COVID-19. So let's take a look at what those numbers show. So 11 out of the 15,000 people who received the vaccine got COVID-19, just 11 out of 15,000. But 185 people out of the 15,000 who received the placebo got COVID-19. So you can see right there why this vaccine is considered to be 94.1% effective. Now, both Moderna and Pfizer, another pharmaceutical company with a vaccine that looks as effective as this one, both of them have to go to the FDA and then to the CDC for review. Dr. Anthony Fauci telling CNN that he thinks the first Americans will get shots in arms in the second half of December. John, Allison?
That's incredible, Elizabeth. The timeline has just been jaw-dropping. And so who will get the very first vaccines?
Yes. You know, in talking to folks who are connected with this CDC advisory group, it appears that the first two groups will be healthcare workers because, they're, of course, taking care of COVID patients, as well as nursing home residents because, of course, COVID has just been, rampant in nursing homes. Other groups will soon follow, essential workers, people with underlying medical conditions. But the thinking at this point is that the first two groups will be those healthcare workers as well as nursing home residents. John, Allison?
All right, Elizabeth Cohen, thank you very much for that news. Joining us now, CNN medical analyst Dr. Leana Wen. She's the former Baltimore City Health Commissioner. Dr. Wen, I have to say, the data reported by Moderna is just astounding and represents such a triumph of science if this continues to bear out the way the initial data does show. 100% effective against severe cases of coronavirus. What are the implications of that?
I agree with your adjective, John, that this is really astounding. I think these are better results than any of us could have really dreamed of. 94 to 95% effective and 100% at preventing severe disease if that continues to pan out. And also very safe. And the data from Moderna so far look like this vaccine is just as effective for older individuals and for minorities who are the populations that are most severely affected. And so if the data continue to pan out, we could essentially have coronavirus be rendered just like a common cold or just like a very mild version of the flu where people don't get severely sick even if they do get it.